Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to another Crime Time Tuesday with your girl, Nicole. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another Crime Time Tuesday. I am so happy to be here. I'm hoping that you guys had a great weekend because I did. I'm excited to see all my returning people. Hello. And welcoming all my newcomers. Hello as well. I'm glad to be able to be here today to bring you another true crime story. Now, I would like to put my disclaimers out there because this story does have some different kinds of information that I've researched, and I also had a video that I had seen on TikTok, and actually this is where I got the case from, is on TikTok. Another young lady was telling the story of what happened, so I will add that into this video once I'm done explaining everything that I found on Google, because I went to Google and I went to certain links that they had there, basically giving a brief description of the young man and a story of what they found and things like that. So I went to those links, I read the articles, and so I'm putting my information in first, and then I'm going to add that video last because she puts it in her own way and I'm telling it in my own way. Before I get too far into this video, if you guys hear any snoring or any coughing or anything, that's my little guy over there. He's still a little guy and he takes his naps, so mommy just found time to sneak in this video. So here we go. Put the disclaimers out there that none of this is factual information. This is all based off of what I've gotten and collected off Google and what this young lady says on TikTok. So I'm just putting it all out there. You guys figure it out for yourselves. Just come up with your own opinions and theories and whatever. So here we go. So we are covering a case on 20-year-old Derecus Conerly. Now, on June 25th of 2021, 20-year-old Derecus Conerly was last seen driving his white car, and he had on black shorts and a gray t-shirt. He was last seen around 9 p.m. Driving his car and wearing a gray t-shirt and black shorts. Now, his family didn't hear from him after that time, so then what I researched when I went onto Google to look more into this case, it stated that the family had reported him missing on Friday, so I'm assuming that was the next day, which would be June 26th. Now, they reported him missing. The article stated that they looked to the public for help on finding their missing loved one. So also there was other articles too that I read. It stated that they did later find his body. The detectives and the police, they later found his body. One article stated that his body was on the side of the road near a burned out car. Then one article says that his body was burned in a car on a rural road or something like that, in Summit, Mississippi, outside of Pike County, Mississippi. So I'm not sure if it was in the car burned on the side of a rural road in Summit, Mississippi, just outside of Pike County, or if he was outside of the vehicle on the side of the road burned in Summit, Mississippi, outside of Pike County, Mississippi. So I'm not sure on that information, but I do know that's what the article said. Now, they did say that the coroner was doing his autopsy and to find the cause of death. Not sure if it was gunshot that killed him. Not sure if it was because of he was badly burned. He he was burned pretty bad. So now also my research had told me that they were able to identify him through his fingerprints. So I'm not sure if they got that out of CODIS, which is a national database or whatever. So like when you commit a crime, or like you just go to jail for like maybe a traffic ticket or some kind of violation, they will fingerprint you, and then that's how they get it into the state database or whatever database that your fingerprints are on. So I'm not sure if his fingerprints were there, but they were able to identify him through his fingerprints. So that's what Google said. They did say that the family had offered like a, I don't know, $30,000 or $20,000 reward, something like that, back when they were first looking for this young man, which they did eventually find his body. So that's what my findings on Google said. You know, that all the research that I did, because I did visit several links, and I even saw a news clipping, a brief news clipping saying that he was missing, and then they found his body and things like that. So I'm also going to put the link to all that information down in the description, so be sure to go check that out. Now let's talk about this TikTok, because I don't want to make this video too long. So let's talk about this TikTok video. Now in this TikTok video, it's this young lady, she took this story and she's sharing it for the family, because they were asking for his story to be shared, because they need justice and they need to close this case. So it had been 7 months and they still haven't gotten any answers. So this young lady takes up the case. She's telling she's basically giving the story of it. She says, like, you know, that basically he's 20 years old. He had a daughter that was born in 2018. Basically he's a doting father. He's an all-around great man. He was known in his community. He was a pillar in his community, because he also was like a mentor to certain children, or maybe people his age, or basically he was a mentor to those around him. So also he went to college. He was involved in school at a college in the area that he lived in. Now it also stated that he grew up in Tylertown, Mississippi, but then resurfaced somewhere else in Mississippi. I don't remember the name, but also I am going to put her video in this one so you guys can hear what she has to say. So basically that's what she's saying. Now fast forward to the disappearance. Now he was last seen around 9 p.m. wearing his black shorts, gray t-shirt, driving his white car. Now when the family didn't hear from him, they reported him missing. But in this video, this TikTok video, the lady states, like, well, the police weren't helping them. And then they were, this whole 24 hours, you gotta be missing for 24 hours. I don't know why they said that, but apparently that's not true. And sometimes the cops will just give you the runaround because they don't feel like, putting on a full investigation, because maybe someone's not missing. They just, walked off or decided to be alone for a couple days. So they didn't jump to any kind of let's get out there, let's boots on the ground, let's find this guy. So the mom, his mother, took it upon herself to start her own search for her son. So then she goes to tracking his cell phone. I don't know, through the cell phone company, maybe like his text messages. I don't know, it's like some kind of tracker that she was using to track his cell phone. So she tracks his cell phone to this gas station. Now in this gas station, this is where the tricky parts come in, and this is where my disclaimers come out, because none of this, I'm not saying that any of this is true. This is just what the family's version is versus what the internet is giving me. So just please remember that. So I'm going to try to explain this without confusing anybody. So in this footage, the mom tracks the phone to the gas station. Now she goes to talk to whoever is in charge of CCTV footage. So they're like, okay, yep, we'll let you see the footage. So she sees her son in the gas station. She also sees this police officer in the same gas station as her son, at the same time as her son. So then his phone is tracked to yet another gas station. Now, at this other gas station, the officer that was at the previous gas station was at this gas station where her son's phone is pinged at. So, not sure why he would have this young man's cell phone. I'm not going to get into all that, but this cell phone was in this officer's possession at this gas station. Mr. Conerly was nowhere to be seen in this footage. Now, his phone is there, but he's not. So, within the first gas station time to the second gas station time, somewhere in between that, Mr. Conerly, I'm assuming, must have, disappeared or was no longer there. So, the phone is at this gas station. This officer has possession of it. Not sure why. Now, in this particular TikTok video, it states that they found his body. The family says his body was found at a police shooting range. Not sure why his body would be at a police shooting range. Pretty sketchy to me. You guys can come up with your own, scenarios or your own theory on that, but I'm not going to touch on that because, it's not my right to do that. But it's pretty sketchy to me. So, his body was at this police shooting range. Now, the mother says that basically her son's body was pretty badly burned, and also that he was shot. Not sure how many, I can't remember how many times, but he was shot more than once. So his burned body with gunshot wounds was found at a police shooting range. Now, I'm going to go back to my Google searches, and it says nothing about his body being at a police shooting range. I don't know if it's because they're covering it up. Maybe like the officer might know who did it. Maybe he doesn't. But somehow he has had this young man's cell phone. I don't think that's a good idea for someone, of law enforcement to have a deceased person's cell phone on his person, when if someone is deceased, you need to turn that into evidence so that you can further do your investigation and it's not tampered with. No, I don't know, but not going to get into that. So Google says his body was found near a burned out car on a rural road. Then it says his body was found burned inside of a car in Summit, Mississippi, outside of Pike County. Not sure which one is correct, but I'm not going to speculate anymore on that, because right now, to me, I don't know what the word would be, but I'm not going to get into that because I don't want to get sued. I don't want anyone to think like, I'm just, saying that someone is lying, because I don't know the story. I wasn't there, and I do feel my heart does go out to his family. So anyways, between that situation and the media, we have to figure out when this case is reopened, or if it's still open but they're not getting any leads. I pray that they find out, the truth behind this young man's murder, because yes, he was murdered. So it is unsolved murder, and this young man is an African American male. So because I did say in my previous video that I'm going to do a series on unsolved cases of African Americans, and then I'm going to do a few of those for like this month or whatever, and then I'm going to go on to other unsolved cases, because I just want to stand out and be more unique, and I don't want to cover on stories that other people have covered on already. So I like to dig deep and find my own story. So this one I got from TikTok, and I found it pretty unique of a story because I've never heard of it before, and I know I've seen in the comments section that like others who even live in that state and around his area never even heard of his case. Now, also, let's go back briefly before I go too far off in left field. Now, remember how I said that this police officer had his cell phone? Well, when the mother, she actually made a Facebook post when her son was first missing and like she wasn't getting any help from the police. She made a Facebook post. Now, this police officer, he has a name. I don't want to say his name because I don't want to go into all that, but this police officer contacts the mother. This is what the lady on TikTok is saying. She says he contacts the mother, asks her if she's got any leads or any information on his whereabouts or what happened to him, things like that. He also tells the mom he's the lead detective in the case, which in fact they found out that he was not. So, and then also they were saying that he was giving out false information. Not sure where this information was going, whether it was to the media, whether it was to other law enforcement or investigators on this case. Now, I'm going to go back to this Google research that I've done with my fiance and I. We did it together. We did see that when Mr. Conerly's body, when Derecus Conerly's body was found, there were two, I don't know if they were police officers or investigators, but there were two law enforcement officials that were involved in the case. They were taken off because of disrespect when his body was found. I don't know. I think it said that they were laughing or whatever, just being disrespectful, and the family was asking that they be, fired or, something. They were being reprimanded properly. So they were taken off the case. Now, my investigation on Google never mentioned this police officer that was in the gas station with Derecus Conerly when he was last seen alive. And this police officer would actually, in my opinion, he would be the person to have last seen Mr. Conerly alive, because when they went to the other gas station, they saw the footage and was like, his phone is pinging here with this police officer that was just at the other gas station, but my son is not here. So in my opinion, this is just my opinion, that police officer would have been the last one to see Mr. Derecus Conerly alive. So all around, this case needs definitely to be solved. Justice definitely needs to be served, because he didn't do this to himself. Somebody had to have done it. So also, when I was doing my research, because I keep going back and forth between the two, Google did state that, like, on one report, it was like saying that law enforcement officials were thinking that Mr. Conerly's death could have been connected to other crimes in that community at the time of his disappearance and murder. Now, it didn't say for sure that it was a connection, but it did say like that there could be a possible connection. They were thinking that it could be his case, his death could have been connected to some other crime. So, not for sure, but I'm just adding all this in there. Now, I'm going to have the links to all this information that I got in the description. I'm going to add this young lady's video. So I really thank you guys for tuning in to another Crime Time Tuesday true crime video. I thank you guys so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video, to be here with me today. And I would like to say before I go, if you would like to make any kind of comments or anything, or if you guys had any suggestions or any other videos, feel free to put that in the comment section below. But please remember to be respectful, to always be respectful to everyone, especially down in my comment section below, because I do not want anybody commenting anything negative or blaming anybody or bashing anyone, or coming up with their own for sure answers of what happened in this case, because no one really knows but the person who did it. So please do not be rude, because that's not what my YouTube's comment section is for. That is not what this comment section of this video is for. If you do have anything nice to say, feel free to share, but if you don't, then it's okay too. Now, if you do not like this video, you can always click out of it. Hell, I know that you guys have come this far, so I'm sure that you wanted to watch it. So thank you guys for tuning in today. Please do not forget to comment, like, and subscribe. You can share this video if you want to, but I do want to say thank you, and I will see you guys again in another true crime video. Thank you. Have a great day.
Talk about it. Y'all heard about Derecus Conerly? Baby, if you have, still listen, because ain't nobody gonna tell you like me. On October 11, Derecus Conerly was born. Now, unlike most babies, he didn't come out crying. Sus was very much smiling, ready to conquer the world. You might as well say Derecus was famous, because everybody knew his parents in town. He grew up mostly in Tylertown, Mississippi, before he relocated in Petal, Mississippi. Now, Miss Yolanda and Rico Conerly weren't together, but they made sure they played their part when it came to co-parenting him. So yeah, Sus very much had both his parents in his life. And that's why he said when he had a child, he was going to make sure he did the same. And that's exactly what the hell he did. In 2018, he welcomed his daughter, Talasia, in this world. And not only was he there for her, he had 3 jobs while in school to help provide. Sus even entered the electrical lineman technician program in Southwest Community College. Since it's Black History Month, let me mention that he was even mentoring kids around the neighborhood. It was said that he didn't care what age you was, race you was. If he fuck with you, he fuck with you. And that's why I fuck with him. Now let's fast forward. On June 25th, 2021, in Pike County, Mississippi, Derecus was last seen around 9 p.m. So his family and friends was like, you know, this shit is very odd, and they report him missing. Miss Yolanda ended up making a Facebook post about her son reaching out and seeing if they had any information about his whereabouts. And that's when the story gets very much interesting. So after she made the post about Derecus' whereabouts, Officer Mullins saw it and inboxed her. Now he said he was the lead investigator on the case, which was a lie. Now, I got a warning, Mississippi, so I'd be damned if I give out this police officer number. But he called the family multiple times, and it was asking if the police gave out any information. It was also giving out false leads on the case, too. So Miss Yolanda and Rico was like, fuck this shit, we need answers. And they pinged Derecus' last locations, and they seen that he was in Pike County at this county store for a long time. So they went to the store and told the owner about the situation, and he was nice enough to let them see the footage. So baby, I'll be damned. Officer Mullins was one of the people on the videos, which means he was one of the last people to see Derecus alive. The fuck? And if that's not weird enough, his body was found burnt alive, shot 3 times in a police shooting range in Pike County. Now it's been 7 months and this family ain't even got no answers, no justice, and they gotta play detective in their own son fucking case. That shit ain't right. And if 2 + 2 ain't equal 4 yet, let me just add that they even seen that his phone pinged at another store. Still in Pike County, but this time there was no Derecus, there was just the Officer Mullins. So that means that his phone was there. Officer Mullins was there, but Derecus wasn't, and that was the night he went missing. Like, I just don't understand why the fuck this man's still free. It's been 7 months. Y'all ain't got enough evidence. Like, what the fuck is going on?